Lesson 1, My Favorite Singer. In this lesson, we learn how to talk about the things and people we love the most, using the word favorite. You can use favorite to describe your top choice for anything. For example, my favorite writer, the person who wrote my favorite story. My favorite teacher, the one who makes learning extra fun. My favorite food, pizza or ice cream. My favorite actress, a movie star I really like.
Fun fact, in British English, it is spelled favorite, and in American English, it is spelled favorite. Both are correct. Let's chat, listening and speaking. Grab a friend and try asking these questions to each other. Can you name 3 singers you know? Tip, think of someone you hear on the radio or in your favorite movies. Who is your favorite singer? Tip, this is the singer whose songs make you want to dance the most. Why do you like him or her? Tip, is it because they have a beautiful voice or because their songs are funny? Picture time. Look at the pictures at the bottom of your page. One person is singing into a microphone with a lot of energy. The other people are interviewing someone and asking questions. Topic, my favorite singer. The word favorite. We use the word favorite to talk about the person or thing we like more than all the others. My favorite writer, the author who tells the best stories. My favorite teacher, the one who makes the classroom feel special. My favorite food, the snack you would choose every single time. My favorite actress, the lady in the movies you enjoy watching most. Note, you might see it spelled as favorite, British, or favorite, American. They mean the exact same thing. Practice speaking. Find a partner and take turns asking these 3 questions. Can you name 3 singers you know? Example, I know Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, and Ed Sheeran. Who is your favorite singer? Example, my favorite singer is the one who sang that song in the movie we saw. Why do you like them? Example, I like them because their voice is very powerful and the music is catchy. Look and guess. Take a look at the pictures on the page. Picture A. A woman is singing with a microphone. She looks like she is performing on stage. Picture B. A girl is holding a microphone and talking to a boy. This is called an interview. She is asking him questions to learn more about what he thinks. Page 2. Listening practice. How to use hear. The word hear means to notice a sound with your ears. Do you hear me? Are you listening to what I am saying? My grandmother listens to the choir every Sunday morning. The interview at the school talent show. Imagine a reporter from London Radio is visiting a school concert. Hello, I'm from London Radio. Can I ask you a few questions? Sure. Interviewer, who is your favorite singer at this school concert? Well, I like a lot of singers, but my favorite is Sophie. Why do you like her? Because she has a lovely voice. I really like her style too. Thank you. You're welcome. Where is the interview happening? Who is Oliver's favorite singer? Why does he like her? Take place. This just means where something is happening. Example, the football match takes place at the park. Occur or happen. These are other ways to say something is going on right now. Page 3. Filling in the blanks. Activity 4A, the interview challenge. Try to fill in the missing words using these 3 phrases. Favorite singer. Listening to music. Good voice. Interviewer. Hello, I'm from London FM Radio. Can I ask you a few questions? Sure. May I know your name? May I know your name? I am Oliver. Nice to meet you, Oliver. Do you like listening to music? Yes, I do. Who's your favorite singer at this school concert?
Well, I like a lot of singers, but my favorite is Sophie. Why do you like her? Because she's got a good voice. I like her style too. Thank you. You're welcome. Here are the 4 categories from your lesson. I've added a few extra examples to each one to help you practice. 1. Family members. Father, mother, brother, sister, grandmother, grandfather. Extra, cousin. 2. Jobs and careers. Artist, dancer, manager, personal assistant, producer, singer. Extra, pilot. 3. Hobbies, things we do for fun. Swimming, doing yoga, playing football, playing the guitar, drawing. Gardening. Extra, reading. 4. Things we wish to have. Watch, car, house, mobile phone, TV, bicycle. Extra, laptop. A quick note on words. In this lesson, you saw the word message. In England, we use this word when we want to send a quick note to a friend, or when a story has a special meaning or lesson for us to learn. Page 4, the big interview. Activity 6A, at the school concert part 2. Hello, I'm from Channel S. Can I ask you a few questions? Sure. First of all, who in your family encourages you to be a vocalist? My mother. She's my great supporter. I see. How many albums have you produced? Which do you like best? Celebrity. 4. My happiest moment sold the most. And what do you like doing in your free time? Well, I like gardening. Or any hobby like drawing or swimming. What's the thing you would like to have most? A bicycle. Or something like a watch or a laptop. One last question. What's your dream job? To be a producer. Thanks for your time. You're welcome. School life vocabulary. Here are some helpful phrases we use in England to talk about school. School teacher, the person who helps you learn. School time, when the lessons start. School uniform, the special clothes we wear to school. School activities, fun things like sports or music clubs. School compound, the area or yard around the school buildings. I have no class. What you say when you don't have a lesson right now. Schools reopen in September. In England, the big start is usually September. Useful phrases to know. You are welcome, a polite way to answer when someone says thank you. She plays truant. This is a British way of saying a student is skipping school without permission. Don't do that. Gifted, when someone is naturally very, very good at something like music or maths. I can play the guitar. Notice we usually say the guitar or the piano when talking about instruments. 6B, role play the dialogue in pairs. Find a friend. One of you can be the interviewer and the other can be the famous star. Use the script from 6A and try to speak clearly with a friendly smile. Talking about school life. Here are clear ways to talk about your day at school in England. School teacher, the person who leads your class. School time, the part of the day when you are in lessons. School attendance, keeping track of who is in class each day. School visit, a trip to go see another school or a special place. School uniform, the matching clothes everyone wears, like a blazer or jumper. School discipline, following the rules to stay safe and kind. School activities, things like football, choir, or art club. School grounds, the whole area of the school, including the playground. Handy phrases for every day. If someone asks if you have school today, you can say, I have no school today. It might be a holiday. I have no class right now. Maybe it is break time or lunch. School starts at 9 a.m. Schools reopen in September. This is when the new school year starts in England. School is closed, used for weekends or snow days. A little English slang. The book mentions she plays truant. In England, kids sometimes call this skipping school or bunking off. It's much better to stay in class and learn. Quick question. If you were the interviewer, what famous person would you most want to talk to?
Brilliant! We've reached page 5. I've taken all those notes and turned them into clear, kid-friendly English tips that fit perfectly with England's culture. No alien bubbles allowed. Page 5. Word power and family fun. How to use welcome. You are welcome. What you say after someone says thank you.
To welcome someone, this means to greet them warmly. Example, she welcomed the guests to the party with a big smile. Changing words, nouns and verbs. Correct, to fix something, verb. Correction, the actual fix you made, noun. Complete, to finish something. Sweet phrase, you complete me. This is something people say in movies to show they are best friends or a perfect match.
Talking about jobs. In England, we use different words depending on what we are talking about. Job, a specific position. E.g., what is your job? Work, the act of doing your job. E.g., my father went to work early today. Career, your long-term plan. E.g., do you want a career as a doctor or an engineer? The family tree. Let's look at how we name our relatives.
Great-grandmother, the mother of your grandmother or grandfather. Great-grandfather, the father of your grandmother or grandfather. Big brother/big sister, a friendly way to talk about your older siblings. Younger brother/younger sister, your siblings who are smaller than you. Top tip. In England, we often say elder brother for someone older, but big brother is more common when talking to friends.
Music and more. Playing instruments, we always use the word the. Say, I can play the guitar, not I can play guitar. Mobile, this means something can move. Mobile library, a van full of books that travels to different streets. Mobile phone, a phone you can carry in your pocket. Don't get mixed up. Album, a collection of songs or photos.
Moment, a very short amount of time, just a second. Movement, when something is moving or changing place. If you could have a mobile library stop outside your house today, what kind of book would you look for first? A comic book or a mystery story? Page 6, putting it all together. 6B continued, role play fun. When you are acting out your interview, remember these England culture tips to sound like a natural.
Polite openings. Start with, "Excuse me, do you have a moment?" Giving praise. If someone says they are a singer, you can say, "That's brilliant," or "How lovely." The British thank you. We often say, "Cheers," or "Many thanks," in a friendly way. 7. Writing and sharing. Now it is your turn to be the writer. Use the words we practiced to talk about your own life. My favorite things. Fill in these sentences about yourself.
My favorite person in my family is the link, because they are very kind. My dream job is to be the link, because I love helping people. In my free time, I enjoy the link, like playing football or reading. One thing I really wish to have is the link. Vocabulary check. British English versus others. In England, we use specific words for things you see every day. Check these out. Holiday. We say holiday instead of vacation. Jumper. We say jumper instead of sweater. Biscuits. We love biscuits with our tea. Others might call them cookies. Film. We often go to the cinema to watch a film instead of a movie. Important reminders. The guitar versus guitar. Always remember to say, I play the piano or I play the violin. Correct versus correction. If you make a mistake in your homework, don't worry. Just make a correction and keep going. That is how we learn. If you had to pick just one biscuit to eat while doing homework, would you choose a chocolate one or a plain one? Lesson 2, Life as a Performer. In this lesson, we explore what it's like to be a creative person and the different types of shows we love to watch. Artist versus artiste. Wait, aren't they the same? Not quite.
Artist, someone who draws, paints, or creates beautiful things with their hands.
Artiste, a professional performer, like a singer or a dancer who performs on a stage. The secret formula for greatness. Hand plus work equals a helper. Hand plus heart equals a true artist. Hand plus heart plus head equals a master craftsman. This person is an expert who thinks, feels, and works with great skill. Describing your life. How would you describe your day-to-day life? Here are some lovely English phrases.
A happy, peaceful life, living with a big smile and no worries. A simple life, not needing many fancy things to be glad. A quiet life, enjoying the calm, perhaps in a cozy cottage. A busy life, always having fun things to do and places to go. Reading, showtime. In England, we love going to the theatre. Talk with your friend about which of these you like best. A film, watching a big story at the cinema with popcorn.
A concert, seeing a band or a pop star play music. A pantomime, or panto, a funny musical play for kids, usually shown at Christmas. The ballet, watching graceful dancers tell a story through movement. A magic show, watching a magician do amazing tricks. Fun word alert. Have you heard of edutainment? It's a mix of education plus entertainment. It's when you learn something new while having a total blast.
Performing arts. Which would you watch? Look at these English performing arts and choose your favorite. Ballet dancing, very graceful and elegant dancing on tiptoes. Musical theater, a show where the actors suddenly burst into song and dance. Slapstick comedy, very funny acting where people trip, fall, or do silly things to make you laugh, like Mr. Bean.
Your turn. If you were going to perform on a big stage in London, would you rather be a brave magician or a funny slapstick comedian? Cheers, we are moving right along. For page 8, I've taken the story of a famous performer and translated it into a classic English theater context. I've swapped the local traditions for things you would find at a grand theater in London, like the West End. Lesson 2, A Star of the Stage.
The orchestra. In England, a big show often has an orchestra. Orchestra, a large group of musicians playing instruments like violins, flutes, and drums together. Orchestrate. This means to plan or organize something very carefully so it sounds perfect. Orchestration, the special way the music is written for all those different instruments. 3A. Read the story. Sir William of the West End. A. The traditional British variety show. A classic English show is full of different acts. It usually begins with a grand opening dance, followed by beautiful singing, like an opera, and very funny slapstick comedy, like a clown trip or a silly joke. This is followed by a play, which tells a famous story that teaches us how to be kind and brave. B. A great artiste.
One of the greatest performers in England was a man named William. William was born in 1918 in a busy city called Bristol. He was the youngest of 10 children. Ever since he was a little boy, William loved singing and dancing. His first step toward the big stage was performing at a puppet show when he was very young. Later, he studied acting for 3 years. He eventually started his own famous theater group and became a very popular star. See a famous representative. In 1959, William was invited to travel across the ocean to perform in the United States of America. He represented the best of English theater. During his visit, he showed everyone how hard work and practice can make you a brilliant performer. Even though William was very famous and met many important people, he was always very modest, which means he was humble and didn't brag, and he always treated his audience with great respect.
Helpful words for students. Typical. This means usual or classic. Begin with, begin at. The show begins with a song. The show begins at 7 p.m. Modest, a great quality. It means you are talented, but you don't show off. Dance drama, a play where the actors tell the story through beautiful dancing.
If you were a famous performer like William, would you rather travel to America to show your talent or stay and perform in a grand palace for the king and queen? Lesson 2, the final act. 3A, read the passage. Continued. D, a creative mind. Our performer, William, was very imaginative. He always thought of new ways to make his shows look amazing. He used beautiful backdrops, large painted curtains at the back of the stage, and props, items like magic wands or hats, to make the story feel real. He even started friendly competitions among the dancers to encourage everyone to do their absolute best with grace and style. Throughout his life, he never stopped creating new dances and exciting new plays. E.A. a lasting legend. Because of his hard work, William received a very high honor, a title similar to being knighted by the Queen. This special award is only given to the most outstanding performers in the country. Sadly, he passed away in 1969, doing what he loved most, performing on stage. Even though he is gone, his name is famous in the history of English theater. He will always be remembered as a true master of the stage. Learning the theater language. Here are the meanings of those tricky words from your page, explained in a simple way. Typical. This means usual or standard, e.g., a typical English breakfast includes toast. Begin with, how something starts, e.g., the show begins with a loud drum roll. Begin at, the specific time it starts, e.g., the show begins at 7 o'clock. Backdrops, the giant pictures hanging behind the actors on stage. Props, the little things actors hold or use during a play. Dance drama, a special play where the actors tell the whole story just by dancing, no talking needed. Active versus passive, who is doing what? The book shows us a cool way to change how we say things. Active, the singer follows the music. The singer is doing the action. Passive, the music is followed by the singer. The music comes first, then the singer. Top tip. In England, we use the word represent when someone stands up for their whole country. For example, a runner represents England at the Olympic Games. If you were a famous performer, what kind of backdrop would you want for your big show? A magical castle or a starry galaxy? Page 10. Stories and lessons. The meaning of a story. In England, many of our favorite stories teach us how to be good people. A moral. This is the lesson of the story. Example, the moral of the story is to always be honest and kind. Impart. This is a fancy way to say pass on or give knowledge. The future hero. Someone who is going to do great things when they grow up. How to use the word follow. We use follow in a few fun ways. Walking behind. The king and his followers walked through the garden. Copying someone. Don't follow me when you want to be alone. Following a hobby. He follows his hobby of painting every Saturday. Following footsteps. He follows in his father's footsteps. This means he is doing the same job his father did. Comparing things grammar fun. When we talk about how good someone is, we use these words. The greatest, if someone is the #1 top performer. One of the greatest, if they are in the top group of amazing people. Top tip, when we talk about where someone came from, we say, William was born in 1918 in London. In England, we always use was born for the past. Family words. Siblings, a cool word for your brothers and sisters. I have 2 siblings. Youngest, the baby of the family who was born last. Offspring, a scientific way to say children, but we usually just say kids or children at home. What are the performing arts? These are ways people use their bodies and voices to be creative. They include drama, acting out a story on a stage, music, playing instruments or singing, dance, moving to a beat, word of the day, founded,
If you founded something, it means you were the very first person to start it.
Example, he founded the school's first football club in 2024. Question, if you had 9 siblings like William, do you think your house would be very quiet or very noisy? Page 11, growing up and learning. Passions and time. When we talk about things we love doing for a long time, we use special phrases. Since childhood, from the time you are very little until now. Example, since childhood, William has been passionate about singing and dancing. Passionate about, this means you don't just like something, you absolutely love it with all your heart. First steps, this doesn't just mean walking, it means the very first thing you did to start a new journey or career. Describing people by age. In England, we use different words as people grow up. Young, younger, youngest. He is young. He is younger than his brother. He is the youngest in the whole class. Youth. This is the noun for young people. Quote, the youths of today are the leaders of tomorrow. This means you. Learning from others. The best way to get good at something is to learn from an expert. Learn something from someone. Example, later he learned the performing arts from a famous teacher for 3 years. Performing arts. Remember, these are creative things done in front of an audience, like drama, music, and dance. Grammar spot. He was born versus he is born. In English culture, when we talk about someone's birthday in the past, we always use was born. Correct, he was born in 1918. Incorrect, he is born in 1918. Becoming famous. If you start something big and important, you found it. Founded, to start an organization or a school. Example, he founded his own theater company in 1933 and became a famous star. Known as, this is like a stage name or a title. Example, he was known as the Grand Star of London. Question, if you could be passionate about one performing art, singing, dancing, or acting, which one would you choose to learn for 3 years? Page 12, travels and learning by heart. Invitations and places. When we invite someone to a special place, we use the word the for specific countries. Invite someone to a place. Please invite him to my birthday party. Specific countries. In English, we say the United Kingdom, the United States of America, or the Republic of Ireland. Learning by heart. This is a lovely English phrase. If you learn something by heart, it means you have memorized it so well that you don't even need to look at a book. You know it perfectly in your mind. I learned the poem by heart. He learned by heart the entire speech. Setting a great example. William showed great diligence, working very hard, and was very industrious, always busy doing good work. Set a model. This means to behave so well that other people want to be just like you. Diligence, noun, study, earnest effort. Perseverance, noun, never giving up even when things are tricky. Time words, 1 decade, 10 years. 2 decades, 20 years. 1 generation, about 25 to 30 years. Page 13, excellence and grace. Dedication and respect. Dedication, when you give a lot of your time and energy to something because you love it. Example, Mrs. Smith is a very dedicated teacher. Audience, the group of people watching a show. Held in respect. This means the performer and the audience were very kind to each other. Being modest. In England, we think it is very important to be modest. Even if you are the best singer in the world, you don't brag about it. You stay humble and kind. Modest, humble. Choosing the best. Whenever necessary, only when it is actually needed. Where needed, in the exact place it is required. Top/best choice.
picking the very best option from a group. Grace and style. Grace, moving in a smooth, beautiful, and controlled way. Style, having a special way of doing things that looks great. There is no disgrace in being poor, an old English saying, which means that having less money doesn't mean you aren't a wonderful person. What matters is your heart. Musical terms.
Duet song, a song where two people sing together. Duet dance, a dance for two performers. Final fact, William kept innovating. This means he was always coming up with new, fresh ideas for his plays and music. Last question. If you had to learn something by heart today, would you choose a funny poem or the lyrics to your favorite song? Page 14, Awards and History. Special honors.
In 1953, William received a prestigious award given to the most outstanding performers in the country. It is a bit like being named a knight or receiving an OBE, Order of the British Empire, from the king or queen. Which is awarded to. We use this phrase to explain why someone got a trophy. Example, the Golden Trophy, which is awarded to the best singer, went to William. A life on stage. William loved his work so much that he performed until his very last day. This means to disappear slowly. Even though William is gone, his fame will never fade away. Historic versus historical. Historic, something very important in history, like a famous king. Historical, anything that happened in the past, like an old diary. Remains, this means he is still remembered today as a very important person in English theater.
Talking about passing away. In England, we use different words to be polite when someone dies. Pass away peacefully, what we say when someone dies quietly, often when they are old. Die of, used for a sickness, e.g., he died of a cold. Die from, used for an accident or a wound. Page 15, words and matching. Glossary, theater words. Choreography, the secret plan for all the dance moves in a show. Finale, the very last part of a show where everyone comes out to bow. Example, Harry and Sophie performed a great dance in the finale. Renunciation, choosing to give up fancy things to live a simple life. Activity 3B, the main idea. Can you match these ideas to the parts of the story? Shui Mon Tin Mong's creativity. This was part D, about backdrops. The title he received. Part E, about his big award. What a variety show is. Part A, where we talk about singing and comedy. Personality traits. Part C, where we say he was modest and hardworking. Personal profile. Part B, about where he was born and his family. Activity 4. Personality traits. Here are words to describe a great person. Do you know what they mean? Passionate, having a strong desire to do what you like. Dedicated, giving a lot of time and energy to something. Competitive, enjoying a good contest or race. Imaginative, being great at thinking of new and clever ideas. Modest, not proud. You don't brag even if you are the best. Creative, having the ability to create something new, like a painting or song. Diligent, being a very hard worker. Top tip, there is a famous English saying, there is no success without hard work. It means you have to practice to be a star. Final question, if you were choreographing the finale of a big show, would you want the dancers to wear bright, sparkly costumes or cool, modern outfits? Page 16, putting our words to work. Activity 5, describe my family and friends. Use the adjectives we learned, like modest, dedicated, passionate, creative, and diligent, to complete this story about a student in England.
My mother is a super modest woman. She is very kind, and she is never proud or boastful. My father is a dedicated teacher. He spends most of his time at school helping his students and preparing his lessons for the next day. My elder brother is passionate about music. He loves his guitar and wishes to be a famous musician one day.
My elder sister is 4 creative. She is brilliant at making beautiful bags by using colored paper and glitter. My friends think that I am a 5 diligent student because I study all the time and always try my best with my homework. Reviewing Lesson 2. Before we finish, let's remember the big ideas from our theater lesson. Performing arts. We learned about drama, acting, music, singing/instruments, and dance, moving to the beat. The theater. We talked about backdrops, the scenery, props, items used by actors, and the orchestra, the musicians who play the music. Being a star, a great performer isn't just talented. They are also hardworking, humble, and kind to their audience. A note on culture.
In England, we love a good success story, whether it's a famous actor like Sir Ian McKellen or a singer like Adele. We celebrate people who use their hand, heart, and head to create something wonderful for the world to see. You did a fantastic job getting through these lessons.